Willie D Live.
I eat, drink, and sleep Carlin and Pryor and Joan Rivers and Don Rickles and Rodney Dangerfield. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would have loved to, that comedy around that, late 60s, 70s. Ooh, experimentation. Lenny Bruce, who was arrested with George Carlin. I know my comedy history.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I don't like is when comics don't know their fucking comedy history. You ask them questions about comedy, and they don't know shit. They just know about talking about your mama and shit. Don't even know the history of talking about your mama.
But that's just like the rappers who don't know their history. They're not going to be around long.
No, they're done.
I've always noticed that the ones who know their history, the ones who respect the ones who came before them, they always seem to have longevity. I mean, they have good, long careers.
Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, he knows. J. Cole.
Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole. There's a difference. When you know, you cannot.
Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne, and Lil Wayne is fire. Yeah. And you can't move ahead without knowing you just can't, it's in anything. Okay, when you walk into a doctor's office, what's the first thing they pull out? Your medical history. Imagine if doctors go, all right, well, ready? What?
I thought you were finna say that processing, that payment process.
Well, if you didn't pay, they go, you know you didn't pay. But they always look at your medical history first. They go, okay, and whenever you go to an office, they'll go, here, fill this out. They'll go, have you a history of this? Do you smoke? This is all medical history. Everything is history. You watch a football game, they'll go, well, last week he was injured, and well, last year they're always talking history, which leads up to what we're watching. It gives you more of a context to go, oh, God, this guy came from that team, traded. Anytime we talk about shit, they go, remember he was traded, and then you have to have history.
Yeah.
So that's why when they tell black people to forget about the history, it's fucking dumb. You don't want us to move forward. So you want us to just let you keep doing what you do without knowing why the reason is. There's a reason why you keep touching my hair. Oh, back then you were being foolish. There's a reason why you keep calling me a nigga. Oh, because you were being foolish. There's a reason why you think everything belongs to you. Oh, because you was fucking stealing everything. That's it. You have to know history no matter what the fuck aspect it is. Comedy history, gotta know. Gotta know in the 1900s that black comedians couldn't talk to an audience solo. You couldn't do a solo monologue. It was illegal. In the early 1900s in New York and vaudeville, you couldn't talk to a white audience by yourself in a suit. You had to wear blackface. You had to cork yourself up and talk in a duo. You had to be like, well, Lord have mercy. Well, where are you going now? Well, shit, I'll say that I'm here. That's why they talk like that. Burt Williams was the first comedian to be filmed ever. He was a light-skinned Caribbean man who wore blackface. He wanted to be Charlie Chaplin, but he wasn't white. He was light-skinned. He even became a Mason in Scotland. You know, they got the Scottish Rite Masons and they got the Prince Hall Masons. Prince Hall is the black Masons. So he had to do that. He had to leave to become a Mason. All kinds of shit. So he always wanted to be a star, but he was black. So he had to be in blackface, and he was an educated man. But he had to be in blackface and talk dumb like Stephen Fetchit, same way. Stephen Fetchit was not a dummy, but he had to make money. Willie Best did the same thing. Mantan Moreland did the same thing. You had Ethel Waters. You had Louise Beavers. All these people had to talk a certain way. They had to be maids, buck their eyes. Hattie McDaniel. You had to do that shit back then.